All right, Scott, you're back, but we're off to war, my friend. Scott, you and I this week jumped into a very RPG stealth unique title that I think was really kind of up our alley. We really dug this game. This is very cool. You and I are both stealth fans, so for us to jump into Partisans 1941 back in the World War II days was a different spin. Kind of this XCOM feel. How'd you dig this game?
Oh, this was a really cool combination of a good story. The Partisans were a real group, and although this is fictitious, it encompasses a really interesting little slice of time. But it's shown a little bit differently. The different camera angle from above is more of a tactical RPG thing. You're building up your characters, you're using them very strategically against opposing other classes, and it really has that depth of combat that can keep a player around.
No, absolutely. Fighting off the Nazis in the post kind of Germany World War II setting is tough, man. This game was hard. I didn't find it very easy to get through the game. I put it on normal and set off, and away we go. And the characters themselves I thought were really well done. They were really well voice acted, and they felt believable. And then as you build out your characters and you specify out, you kind of build out your loadout, your skill set, and then after all said and done, then you go back to your own camp and you kind of build your own camp too, which I thought was a really nice touch. And it allows you to get resources, manage other tools, kind of build your partisan party per se, and then set out to fight some more Germans. It's definitely a cool, unique period, and a game that I really dug a lot.
Yeah, and that difficulty keeps the challenge there. So it might actually be a matter of using stealth to get through an area. Sometimes you come up against enemy groups that are just way better equipped than you, and that's the thing that you managed as well in the long game, is what equipment each character is taking and how to spec their build around a specific weapon per se. It's really got those long game tactical RPG hooks in it.
No, absolutely. And as you go out and you're fighting off everybody, you're also gathering the resources, and those resources are used back at base to allow you to unlock other, buildings and things that you're going to need to build up your party to set out and kind of conquer the world and get back to Germany getting all cleaned up. And it's just, I thought it was really cool. The tactile had two aspects to it. You can go in and just kind of go, or you can actually, with the tap of the space bar, strategically time which way you wanted to use your characters, and have one kind of take flank left, and then another one go over here with Zoran flank right, and then if you hit the space bar again, then they kind of perform the action. So it has that also that turn-based style of gameplay if you're into that as well. So it's not just kind of on the fly and away you go. If you wanted to have that time to slow down, then that's there for you as well. I kind of found that to be really helpful at times.
It definitely is, and it's an interesting way to play out the combat. You can definitely see when the enemy uses that kind of a tactic against you, because a lot happens in one turn and suddenly your party is a little bit shorter than it used to be. But it kind of reminds me of what the old Ghost Recon games had, where you queue up a bunch of actions and let it play out. That's really satisfying.
Scott, being in this isometric top-down view that we're kind of getting a grand scheme of the overall layout, who we're facing, it also has this art style that kind of portrays everything we want for this game, this type of game. I thought it was really well done. Everything runs so smooth that it looks gorgeous. I love the actual style of the entire game. I had a blast playing this. Absolutely love this game a lot, man. What do you think you're going to score this one overall, Scott?
Well, it definitely had, dare I say, a Tim Burton style of the characters mixed with the oldies style American cartooning. It was really satisfying and a gratifying game to play. I enjoyed the combat and the story, especially to this game. I'm going to have to give this one a 7.5, but it's a strong contender.
Absolutely. I think actually I'm a little bit higher than you. This one really hit a chord with me. I love the stealth aspect. I love the art style. I thought the voice acting was fantastic, and the story itself is really, really good. And then when you get in that with the base building as well, there's a lot here to discover and a lot to kind of traverse as you're playing each map. And the levels too aren't short. Like, I was in there for each level at least 45 minutes to an hour as you take your time. And well, you do die a lot as well. But when you get past all that, it is an absolute blast to play Partisans 1941. And that's why I'm scoring it with an 8.5.
Don't let me down. How many more of you are there?